So, because you guys have had pretty tremendous publisher support over the last few years,
Yeah.
which, given the fact that the subscription model of OnLive doesn't necessarily sync with the more traditional retail publishing strategies. So, why do you think it's been so successful with publishers? Why do you think they're so happy to put their games on live?
Well, there's a number of different things. First of all, we started out with publisher relationships. We didn't try to launch a service and then later on, say, okay, sorry that we were interfering with your business model through retail or whatever. Let's try to work with you and make sure that whatever we do is compatible with what you're doing. So we have good relationships with all the publishers. The second thing is we have a good proposition for them. Unlike other forms of digital media, like streaming music or streaming video, where you can always make a copy and then it can be pirated. When it comes to streaming games, because the copy of the game is physically located in the data center, there is no way to pirate it. So and there's no way for for a used copy to be sold that they're not getting some participation in. So economically, it's very, very favorable for them. And the good news for the consumer is, of course, that as demand decreases, prices go down, and so it's not that they're going to be paying more for games because they're on OnLive. The difference will be that rather than sort of the folks that have pirated copies being subsidized by all the people that pay for legitimate copies, rather everyone who's playing the game will be able to get the game for a lower price, and or there'll be more funding for better games. The competition in the market will keep prices reasonable and keep people being efficient in the development of games. But I think if we make the ecosystem efficient so that the right people who are taking the risk on developing things and the right people who are paying for the actual use of the things are all connected together without a lot of leakage in the ecosystem, then it's going to operate a lot better.
So you mentioned piracy, of course, and that must be one of the biggest sells for people who are trying to put their games out. It's the fact that it's almost unpiratable, basically, a stream that comes over the internet.
Yes.
Can't be stolen.
Yes.
Do you think that piracy is one of the biggest threats to the games industry?
I do, and these guys here, tablets and smartphones, a lot of people don't realize it, but when you release a game on either a jailbroken iOS device or Android's open source by nature, you may have 90% piracy with a game, and it's very, very difficult especially as an indie, but even as a large publisher, to overcome that. Here you have a massively successful game, but then you look at the numbers, and a very small percentage of the people that are actually playing it are paying for it.
Yeah.
So, I think that there has to be a solution for it if we want to keep seeing the quality and the cinematic realism that we're seeing in some of these brand new games continue to be invested in. Because if everything's pirated and there's no money coming in, you're just going to see lower quality games.